Hello everybody and welcome to the finest and freshest football club TV in the land and some parts of this continent, I should say. And this is season 5, episode 27 of the KCCAFC TV show. And tonight we definitely talk about that Stanbic Uganda Cup game that KCCAFC played against Bull Football Club yesterday at the FUFA Technical Center in Jeru that confirmed the end of the journey for KCCAFC in the 50th edition of the Stanbic Uganda Cup. Not only that, also the StarTimes Uganda Premier League and also some challenges in there. And something maybe to do with the fans, if time allows. My name is Magero Moses Mwanje. I'm not alone. I definitely have a guest which or who will be getting to know later on in the show. You and us are definitely walking this journey together. Now, to start it off, we will start with that poll question that we earlier on put on our social media handles, that is Facebook and X. And that is the question that what are your thoughts on our Stanbic Uganda Cup exit and the remainder of the season? So please use that hashtag KCCAFC TV on Facebook and X, and we'll be able to read all your reactions here on the KCCAFC TV show. Now, I told you we are not alone, or I'm not alone, and definitely have a guest on the show tonight, and the usual suspect. I shouldn't even be saying a guest, I should say we have the usual suspect. I think that is the best way I should be introducing my colleague here, my friend, the person that completes the other part of the dynamic duo. Patrick, very humble to have you on the show tonight.
Thank you.
You're in a very somber mood. Why? Is it because of what happened yesterday?
I am lost of words because of what happened yesterday.
Definitely.
The hype that we gave the game last Sunday, I think everyone who tuned in heard what we had to say, the hype we gave the game, the predictions that we made. Personally, I made a 2-0 prediction, 2-0 halftime for KCCA Football Club, and that didn't happen. The game didn't go according to plan, and for me, I think the mood around the KCCAFC camp, the players, coaches, the staff, the fans, I don't think it's a good mood because this was, I think, KCCA's clear opportunity or clear chance for silverware. And now that it was kicked out of the Stanbic Uganda Cup quarterfinals, it makes the hurdle bigger and taller for it to get any silverware this season because, as we said, the league is also very far away because you have about 5 teams above KCCA. But, I mean, that's football. It is what it is. We move on and we have a game on Thursday, so we have a lot to talk about.
All right, like you say, it's not a very good moment to be someone involved or associated with the club. But I mean, it's part of the game and we have to just take what exactly has transpired so far this season. And just like I mentioned, yesterday's results at the FUFA Technical Center in Nigeria confirmed the exit for KCCAFC in the 50th edition of the Stanbic Uganda Cup. That game ending 1-1, that is after full time, the 90 minutes. Then we had extra time of 30 minutes. No side was able to score any other goal to, just to make sure they win that game, and the game had to be decided after sport kicks. And after the sport kicks, Bull Football Club was able to win that game 6-5. That is on penalties, and they will be proceeding to the semi-finals of the 50th edition of the Uganda Cup, while KCCAFC's journey ends right there. But I and Patrick will be having this kind of discussion, and obviously that is the first goal KCCAFC conceded yesterday early in the 8th minute. That is Alex Kitata finding the opener for Bull Football Club, finding Emojong just slightly off his line. And KCCAFC were definitely able to respond through Etienne Openga Katenga 5 minutes later. That is in the 13th minute. And that game, obviously, Katenga leveling matters, 1-1. And KCCAFC searching for that goal to just try to, separate themselves from Bull Football Club. But it just wasn't meant to be, and that should be the goal, yes. Osama Arafat crossing that ball and Katenga putting the ball at the far post when the keeper had shifted. to level matters for KCCAFC. But Patrick, it's been 4 games for KCCAFC, all away from home. First against Admin FC in Mbale, then Jinja North, that was in Jinja, then away to Yora Football Club, round of 16, and then in Lugazi, and then the quarterfinal, the exit. How do you sum up KCCAFC's performance in this year's 50th edition of the Uganda Cup?
I think it's something that they should be proud of. However much the team exited and was knocked out of the Stanbic Uganda Cup, the performance that they have put, it's always not easy to play away from home, but a club of KCCA Football Club stature, you wouldn't want to use that as an excuse for not qualifying now, because if you played against URA and then you played against Jinja North, against Admin, all those are, by the way, very good teams. By the time they reach the round of 64, then round of 32, it means that they have earned a spot in the competition. We look at the likes of Pajule Zua in the quarterfinals. They are teams worth being where they are. And I think besides whatever happened, because they didn't lose the game, they had to force penalties. And with penalties, honestly speaking, like they say in Luganda, temuli mumanyi, tewali wa amaanyi. Actually, with penalties, it's about luck, and luck didn't go KCCA because no keeper made a save out of all the penalties that were taken. Bull missed theirs, the guy hit over, the KCCA hit the woodwork twice. So it really shows you that it was just a bad day. They were unlucky, and with penalty, even the best penalty takers in the world miss penalties. So I wouldn't want to blame a player for missing a penalty, but that is just how the game went. And to be fair, KCCA has had a good outing in the Stanbic Uganda Cup, and also against Bull in the 1-1, it conceded the first goal in that tournament. Before that, it had kept clean sheets, 3 clean sheets in all games, and I'm also happy that it has at least scored in all the games that it has played. Yes, that is a plus for me. But
isn't it a must for you to score in the Uganda Cup if you go to proceed? And
it can end 0-0.
And then you go to penalties.
And then you go to penalties, and then you're through. So the fact that...
They don't count penalties?
No, they don't count penalties.
They don't count them among the goals.
You can't... Like, for example, if you score 2 goals in regular time and then you score a penalty, there will
be 2 goals.
We won't say you've scored a hat-trick.
Wow. Everyone around the football club should be just like that kid there.
The reaction from the kid.
Mohamed, I mean, we do understand how disappointed he felt. I've been looking at that picture throughout the whole day-to-day Sunday. Just after, I think it was Herbert Achai's miss. And then that boy just puts his head, I think, down because he's quite disappointed.
Very disappointed.
But I mean, that is the game of football. And we are equally disappointed.
Those are the future citizens. If you have such kids at a tender age, having that love and passion for the game, then I think we are headed in the right direction.
Traveling with their guardian all the way to the east. Well, Njeru is in the center, but again, you pass by the east to go to Njeru. That is if you've used the route to Jinja, but I mean, we understand how disappointed that gentleman or that young boy out there is.
Kid.
Yeah, he's really disappointed. But I mean, that is the game of football, and all we can say is hard luck to KCCAFC, but we're still talking the Stanbic Uganda Cup. Patrick, some moments in that game, KCCAFC faithfuls felt that they should have been awarded 2 penalties. I hope my producer has some of these pictures. The first one was a little bit questionable, but the one at the death where a player handles the ball in the box should have been Mwere.
It was a throw-in from Joseph Ogwang, I think.
Yes. I just hope my producer can be able to bring some of those pictures. And they felt that the faithfuls, at least if you've had your ear on the ground, most of the fans saying that they had 2 penalty shout or claims. I mean, ignored by the center referee on the day, Mr. Mashud Sali. But obviously, we never get to know we never get to hear from the referees. At least I've seen some leagues where the referees actually do speak to the press after, that is in rugby. I've been able to see it in rugby. I don't know if it's yet to happen in football, where they be able to speak in the press about some of the calls. I've seen it in the Premier League where they have is one of the retired referees coming out to explain some decisions. But we see games like these are decided by very, very small,
fine margins.
Yes, fine margins, just like you say. But your opinion on that, I just hope we can be able to see some of those moments where KCCAFC felt that they should have been awarded a penalty, at least on one of the two incidences.
To be honest, for me, the Loki incident, I wouldn't want to dwell so much on that. It depends on the referee. On another day, had he awarded it, it would have stood. Yeah. Had he not awarded it, for me, I don't think it has skipped, but that is the part
that is there.
That is a handball.
Just right there, yes.
That's a handball. If we can have it go back behind a little bit, from the throw-in, because it was a Joseph Ogwang throw-in, and that was there. The guy handles with the left arm.
He uses his hand.
Yes, he uses his hand to actually deflect the ball and change its position. So that is a handball. And for some reason, I thought the ref was going to consult with his assistant down there.
There was a moment, yes.
Yes, there was a moment because the referees kept on coming at him. I mean, the players kept on coming at him to tell him that there is a handball. And there was a moment of no play, as if he was going to actually go down and ask his assistant referee if he had seen something. But then he decided not to award the penalty. And for me, I'm a football fan, not only Uganda, but all over the world. We even have VAR, and we still have referees making errors with VAR in play. So the referee may have seen the incident, but he was not sure whether to give it or not. Maybe he felt he did not see it clearly, but I wouldn't want to blame the referee on that, because even with VAR, we still have referees making errors.
Well, you could say that you may not want to blame the referees, but you see, in a game like this, like you said, games like these are decided by fine margins.
Yeah, that is true.
A top referee, you're a FIFA referee, and you at the level, I mean, you've handled matches at the continental level, and also matches in club competitions all over Africa. I feel if it's a penalty, award the penalty. Do not have any.
Had there been VAR, do you think they wouldn't have awarded the penalty?
I think they would have, but some incidences I don't think need VAR. In my own opinion, you're in front of whatever is happening, because when you run to when you run to your assistant, it should be a decision where you're a little bit far away. But if something is a few yards away from you, I'm thinking. And also the referee, you have got the full authority to make any decision.
I know.
Yes.
But you see, did you watch the Champions League, Arsenal, where Gabriel actually held the ball? That was for the whole world to see, actually. But the referee saw it, and he ended up not awarding the penalty because the goalkeeper, the referee blew the whistle. The goalkeeper started the ball to his player, who in return held the ball. But it was as if it didn't happen. So it's what I'm trying to say, that fine, it was a penalty any day, any time. Trust me, it was a penalty. The referee missed it. Unlike us, the viewers and the supporters, who have a second chance to think, a referee has a split second to make a decision. And if he skips it, he may not want to go back to overturn his decision. So I think that's why the problem was. In his head, he must have thought after like 20, 30 seconds, he must have thought he should have given that penalty. But the fact that he didn't give the penalty immediately and play continued, it was always going to be very hard. Actually, even when the player circled him and he thought maybe he should go and ask the assistant down there, but he had already let the game continue, and it was always
actually supposed to be a quick start right there. But away from that decision, the faithfuls of KCCA, the fans, really disappointed in that moment. At least I was able to, look and hear a few fans after that game. Most of them feel and claim that maybe one of the two incidences should have been a penalty.
Or even both, actually. Not even one. Both on a normal day had any referee awarded a penalty, both would have stood any day in football.
Well, away from the penalties and the saga that happened yesterday in Njeru, we focus on Etienne Katenga, who has scored in 2 consecutive games. That is the previous game against Gaddafi Football Club in the league. That was away in Jinja, and the game against Bull Football Club yesterday in Njeru. And this player gets to score his second goal in 2 games, taking his tally to 5. all together, he scored he scored 2 against Gaddafi this season so far.
Then
he has a goal
Express.
against Villa, he has a goal against Express, then a goal in the Uganda Cup.
Yes, there are 5.
5 goals for Etienne Katenga. That is the gentleman there from Angola. Also has a little bit of blood from the Democratic Republic of Congo, but we will take. Well, he doesn't have legal citizenship. A little bit. I mean.
Most of the blood.
He's half Angolan, half Congolese.
Those are the half Muchiga, half Muganda, or half Munyankole, half Muganda.
Those are the guys right there, just like you said. But the gentleman is scoring 5 goals, and it should be, I mean, some very good numbers for him for your first season in the Uganda Premier League, a foreign player. And not very many bring those kind of numbers, especially in their first year in the Uganda Premier League.
Yeah, I remember we were here in a show last week, and I was actually scolding his numbers for a player of Katenga's abilities, because what he can do with the ball is actually exceptional. You can see Katenga with the ball is a very different player. He's very offensive-minded. He's not going to think about going at the back. Whenever I give him the ball, he's going to be offensive. Now, for such a player, you expect him to actually have the numbers. You expect him to be making assists. You expect him to be scoring, because you do not want the midfielders to actually make up the numbers. If the forwards, as a winger, Katenga is a forward. If the forwards are not being impactful in the game, then that is where the problems start. And I am very happy that scolding him last week, right now I can say he's where I think he has to be. He has to be involved in the goals. If he can't score, at least assist.
You felt he watched the show? You felt he watched the show last week?
Yeah. He's always watching.
Wow, that is very
He's
good.
always watching. And,
that is very, very good.
Yeah.
So he listened in?
He listened.
And he was able to do as you.
I don't know if he understood the English or he was seated with the translator.
No, he does.
At least translating in Portuguese.
He does understand.
Yeah, but I feel like right now, if Katenga can actually build on this momentum and get in more goals and assists, he's going to be a player that is totally unstoppable for KCCA Football Club, and a player that helps KCC actually move forward.
Well, you had a couple of moments in that game where you felt he should have actually grabbed the brace on the day, but unfortunately it was never meant to be. But like we told you, Etienne Katenga's numbers, 5 goals in all competitions this season, 4 in the league, and then 1 in the Stanbic Uganda Cup. But unfortunately, he cannot be able to add on his tally in the Stanbic Uganda Cup for this season. Now, we caught up with the fans after that game between Bull Football Club and KCCA Football Club, and here are the fans after that exit from the Stanbic Uganda Cup.
Bolo yakatambye emirundi 3 naye nga bwolabye abaana baffe basambye bulungi ne referee tatufuye bulungi kyensobola okugamba.
Moments like these are very painful, and I think at some point we deserved this match. Naye byonna ebibaddemu poor officiation n'ebirala ebibadde birumira ebitabadde birungi bitukostinze, but ebisinga, if luck is on your side, zona obstacles ezijja osobola okuyitamu. If luck is not on your side, so I feel like we weren't lucky enough, but I believe I don't know, it's not an easy one to take in. Era match ennumye nnyo, era nsuubira kuba nti erumye buli muwagizi, but tuddako mbaara, so we shall focus on that tulabe ekiddako mu league. Yes, just ebiseera ebisinga nga Bull weesamba ebeera compact nnyo, ebiseera ebisinga ezibanye ebibangirizi, era game plan yaabwe ebadde edrivingira ku kuziba bibangirizi. And of course, usually, boche babalaga and penalties because they've had experiences in that. Bazifunye emirundi mingi ewantu wangi. Yeah, but siga manchi baade banja ulonyo, because I feel like we played better. Naye boeranga strategy yabo webera, ziba spaces, take them to penalties and win.
Referee atufuye bubi nnyo from the first whistle to the last. Referee tatufuye bulungi kyensobola okugamba. Ne penalty ebadde esobola okutuyisaawo mu dakiika ezisembayo mazima agiganidde tagisabye. So basically our referees here in Uganda should improve.
Well, those are the fans of KCCAFC, very disappointed, I should say, and you can even tell by the pictures that you were able to see on your screen. Very hard to take in, I should say. I just can't imagine what is going through the heads of very many faithfuls. But I mean, that's a game of football. We've just got to, take it in, rethink everything that has happened throughout the whole season. It's not all lost. There are games in the league that the club has got to play and, dust it off. And when the new week starts tomorrow, you go again, because I mean that's the game of football. You cannot just keep on, crying over spilled milk. That's gone, and you've just gone to fight on and keep believing. Well, thank you to the fans that at least were able to speak to us after that game, because it's quite hard. I really can tell it's quite hard. But there is a player that missed that game between KCCA FC and Bull Football Club in Njeru. Now, we caught up with the player earlier on before this game, or that game that we played against Bull Football Club, and the player told us how he has been able to go through the fasting period, and also how the season has been for him. He didn't have a very good start to the season, wasn't actually regular. Some games he wasn't in the squad, that is for KCCAFC. But right now, if you look at the numbers he's got very good goals, about 6 goals in the league, and also assists in there, 4 in the league. And pictures tell a better story. I will not reveal the player. Here is the player speaking about his life at KCFC this season, and also the period of fasting.
The fact that, and this is Gabi, chips the ball forward, on running Mugume, he's in acres of space, Mugume!
Soka empia jawaka jitu motivating because tuwa tusambana tuwa kubawagizi baffe ali nekya tubawaka e confidence wa gulu naye ate bwe tusambira kwawe tuwa babaagala kulaba mental strength yaffe eri and kyengamba tugezezaako okukikola kwa tuwiniza empiira nga wogambye empiira esatu faawe, that means mental strength yaffe eri waggulu nnyo, so fe kinenge gye kitwongerako ng'abasambi because we're big brand kati niyo tuba kwawe ne tuba nga tuli ku home, it's the same thing nenga kwa ku home like tulina kiri kyetu like obeera at home
Sama, poor control, the shot from Flibet and flung it! Spot on!
Just kyongedde nnyo confidence ku performance yange naye nekya position gye nkuba nyo banga nkola nyo banga I push myself okulaba nga nteeba ate buli omuzanyi wa teeba alina engeri gye yeerabamu.
Ball goes to the back of the net.
Ati kati nayo dabbi ne mulimu ziri ze tufuze tuwulira kati Villa is one of them. So was scoring akati mwezo dabbi ezebbiri ate I've been lucky ne nteeba mwezi ebbiri. Nteeba winning goal. Because first of all nze winning boot wekiba mu record yange kiba like mbanga akoze kale kiba challenging mbu tewali ba strikers midfielders awangula atya golden boot nate wembanga nze ntebye ku game ya Vipers ate chimpushinga wala nnyo nze ng'omusambi.
This could be another opportunity here for Etienne. There's a handball there. Referee says carry on.
Captain, they should trust us because naffe we are trying our level best okulanga we make them happy through winning games. Sigenda gamba mbu I can promise them mbu mpira musanvu tugenda balete ekikopo biki naye their support means a lot to us, so if they keep on trusting in us tujasobola okumuvinga ku at high pace. Timu ewangula ffe tufunira wamu ate nange mba mu time gye ntuwa kati nga nali sisamba naye na o time yatuuka nga nsamba kati wembanga nali mpulira with that means tetuba team.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mohammed.
The mundaba yange just twali unlucky because we are performing well nga omupiira gutambula just twali unlucky. Ekyo kintu buli timu zennene buli timu ekifeesingako.
With ease for a moment there, he looked uncertain if he wanted to take the strike.
Well, that is Ashraf Mugume, and unfortunately he was not able to play that game yesterday, the quarterfinals of the Stanbic Uganda Cup. But the player giving us his story so far this season, what has been motivating him, and why and what is the story behind the turnaround towards this season, because the player has got 6 goals. He didn't have a very good start, but he's got 6 goals in the league, a good number of assists in there, and also a regular now when it comes down to the national team, the Uganda Cranes. Well, I'm quite sure that many of you have been inspired by his story. Now we switch things a little bit up as we try to wind up this segment and we go back to the poll question that we earlier on flashed on your screen. That question was asking that what are your thoughts on our Stanbic Uganda Cup exit and the remainder of the season? We'll start off with X and here are some of the opinions from our faithful. Owen Benjamin says, you played your part. You have many areas to improve. Hard luck to you for the remainder of the season. Believe in the transition. This doesn't seem like a KCFC fan because of the tense he uses, but well, thank you. Juko Goloba says, as a fan, I'm confident in the club policy of nurturing our homegrown players and it will pay off, so I'm behind the lads till the very end. Thank you, Juko. Nico Tumwesije says, obviously, no continental football next season. Honorable position, just left to play for. We'll be able to see that at the end of the season. Amos Trade says, you need academy players to do the job. I think half of the team that played yesterday were graduates of the KCCAFC Academy. And then Frank Zaga, I hope this is the player from Chitara. Next
you
time
hope
better.
Not.
I'm thinking it's the player because that is his name. Then Umulangira Suna Joseph says, obviously, we had all the capabilities to win the game, but that Simanya Mashud Sali wasn't good for us at all, but we had it all. Hard luck to the players to bounce back and let's focus on the league. Umulangira Suna Joseph, they are not happy with the day's referee. So all those are the opinions. And I just want to put a disclaimer that the opinions that you've heard are not for KCCFC TV, but those of the fans and the followers and the lovers of this show. So none of those opinions are for us or are for this KCCFC TV and the opinions. I just need to stress that out, that the opinions are for our dear fans. Well, we are going to be taking a break. When we return, we still have so much to talk about because the Star Times Uganda Premier League resumes this week. On Thursday, KCCFC hosts the Ankole Lions, Mbara City. We have all the numbers and the analysis ahead of this one. But first, the break.
The daylight makes most things shine. With the right lights, everything looks bright. Gent brings the magnificence, elegance, and beauty of your home to life. Crafted to perfection. Detail and extravagance, leaving nothing to chance. Your dream home is only a switch away. Switch to the best. Gent Electric.
Welcome back from that break. So much happened when we took the break. And it's all in line with some of the incidences that happened in yesterday's game, but we'll not talk about that here because just for the sanity of KCCFC TV, we'll leave it at that. But we'll kick off this segment with social media comments and let's just see what our fans on Facebook have got to say about that question. What are your thoughts on our Stanbic Uganda Cup exit and the remainder of the 2023-2024 season? Dan Guardiola says, twagala bichi, twagala bikopo. Well, that is done. KCCAFC is still playing in the league. Don't lose hope. Nanda Serosi says that is the game of football. We either win or lose next season. Better. Thank you, Rosie. Mungu Gavin says, let's win all the remaining games. We shall be crowned victors. That is Gavin. Yeah, there is hope. Theo Bernardo says the admin cooked all in vain. What did the admin do this time around?
You're always cooking on social media.
Bisman Deogracious, I believe it's not yet over in the league. I believe. Bisman Deogracious believes, yes, it's not yet over. KCFC has 8 games.
He's a believer just like you.
Actually, 7 games. Odik Monix Mandeville says, we will bounce back. That is Monix. Do we have any other comments? Okay, Sams Aluku Granite says, it's high time to focus on next season, though more to play for this season. And then Johnny MJ says, it has been a trying season, but thanks to the coaching staff, the players, management, and the fans who have stood firm to hold the KCCAFC flag, more organizations, and good preparation, we shall have a better season next year. That is Johnny MJ. Thank you very much, Johnny. Baga Bashir says, hard luck next season, better, but the team played so good, but just lost in penalties. I believe so. Well, and we all want to thank every fan out there that does comment and give his opinion or her opinion that is on the KCCFC TV show whenever we put up all these poll questions on Facebook and X. Yes, I was told the platform is called X. I was calling it Twitter. And my friend here told me it is X. I think I was still in the...
Like I have shares in X.
My friend here, I think, has good shares. I think I was still in the analog, instead of getting to the digital.
You need to change.
Well, away from that, and like I thanked all the fans that did contribute to those poll questions, but away from the poll questions, we caught up with two of our players this week in a special player challenge. Pictures already tell a better story here for us on the KCCFC TV show. So ladies and gentlemen, the player challenges are back, and here you are.
Red. Wait, open your out. Open your out. Okay, one more. Yellow. Red. Red. Yellow. Abu out. Abu out. Abu out. Red. Red. Yellow. Red. Red. Yellow. Yellow. Right. Gabi's out. Gabi's out. Gabi's out. Gabi's out. Gabi's out. Are we there? Yellow. Yellow. Red. Yellow. Yellow. Obey. Obey's out. Obey, 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 obey. Okay, are we there? Now 3. Yellow. Red. 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 Yellow. Yellow. Red. 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 Yellow. Wait. Red. Yellow. Red. 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 Yellow. 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 Red. Red. Oh, goal! It's out. Come closer. Come closer. Come closer. Come closer. Tuli ku finals kati. Yellow, red, red, yellow, 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 red, yellow, yellow, red, 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 yellow, red, yellow, yellow, red. Yellow. Yellow. Red. Red. Yellow. Yellow. Red. Red. Yellow. Ah, this is a draw. Now, hey, guys, Rosa, and Osama, one last one here. Bring me the ball. Bring me the ball. Bring me the ball. Bring. Rosa, at Django. At all chances, we have to get the winner. Now we're reacting to the ball. It's only one chance. Only one chance. Only one chance. The same thing, head, knees, and then react to the ball. That's the final. Only one chance. Head, knees, toes, shoulders, knees, ball. No.
That is a very special player challenge, and we've really missed those player challenges here on the KCCFC TV show, but we're happy they are back, and I'm quite sure you watching in your living room is happy that those player challenges are back, and we want to thank everyone that does make sure that these challenges do. I mean, aired on the KCFC TV show, Patrick, and the rest of the team there, plus also Coach Felix and the players. Quite some special work you guys are doing, right?
I need to know what's behind that challenge because we need VAR.
You're
I've seen someone that was in the final but was supposed to be eliminated.
He was at the front.
He was at the front?
To see him.
No way.
It was hard to see him because I think the focus was on the players at the back.
Osama Arafat, you reached the final, but it was rigged. It was rigged. Well, they said yellow, red, and he fumbled everything. He was all over the place.
Stepping in yellow when you should
Ayobo Felix, we shall need to confirm with your mobile money details to see if you didn't get a token from Osama. Otherwise, that was a very nice challenge, and I think it's a draw because even the one of the ball, Osama and Luasa both handled the ball, and it's nice having such challenges. I think they bond the players much more when it's out of the ball and playing all the time. If you have those funny catch moments, it's always nice.
That's the light side of things down at the MTN Omondi Stadium. It's always not.
Next time it should be me and you. And,
but we all know the winner before we even kick off.
When it comes to word of mouth, you're a winner.
We know who
I'm a winner there.
I'm sure the fans are watching. You should go down to our social media pages, Facebook and X, and please comment. Who will the winner be if we took part in the challenge? It will not be a player challenge.
You can't tell fans to see who the winner will be before you are into the challenge. You're already rigging the votes.
No, the fans do know.
Let us get into the challenge.
But we switch things a little bit up and focus to the Start Times Uganda Premier League, where KCCAFC will be hosting Mbara City on Thursday. That game will be on the 18th of April 2024 and at 7 p.m. KCCAFC will be hosting Mbara City Football Club, the Ankole Lions. First leg ended 2-1 in favor of Mbara City. Should be perfect payback for KCCAFC, and also a game where KCCAFC should show response, especially after the exit from the Stanbic Uganda Cup.
Yeah, talking of response, besides just the Stanbic Uganda Cup, I think KCCA has to bounce back in the first round. KCCA actually scored first. Then Mbara City came from behind to beat KCCA 2-1. But those were still the early days of the season when KCCA was really struggling with playing games because it was losing. It had actually not won any game. It had not picked any point throughout the entire season. So it's understandable. Right now, I think on Thursday, KCCA needs to show response. It did not lose against Bull. It was 1-1, meaning in 2024, KCCA still has lost just 2 games. That's against Wakiso Giants, which was the last game of the second round, and also the last game of first round, and the first game, the second game of second round. The first game was Bull 1-1. The second game was 1-0 loss against Chitara.
Against Chitara, yes.
Yeah, so KCCA is still not performing poorly, though unfortunately, even when KCCA managed to get 3 points out of this game, it will still remain in the 6th position because that will be 30, 35, 38 points. It will not take us to the 5th position because NEC, who are 5th, have 40 points.
KCCAFC still has got to accumulate some good points.
Yes, exactly.
But have a game in hand, yes.
Yeah, they have a game in hand. Yes. So maybe if they win the game in hand, then we can talk because Chitara, who are 5th, are 5 points.
Chitara?
I mean NEC, who are 5th, are 5 points ahead of KCCA. And for me, I think right now KCCA needs to focus and win all its games if need be, and every game should count. And let the rest for God and luck to see how all the other teams also come out.
Those are some of the pictures from the first leg between Mbara City Football Club and KCCA Football Club at the KCCA Stadium in Mbarara. KCCAFC took an early lead in that one, and the deadlock was broken by Ashraf Mugume. Very fantastic free kick that just went past the entire Mbara City defense, and then shortly after conceded. KCCAFC conceded, and Mbara City were able to level. That game ending 1-1 in the first half, and in the second half, Mbara City scored the winning goal, and that game ended 2-1 in favor of Mbarara. That is the kind of pitch KCCAFC was playing on on the day. But those are the pitches we have in the league. We'll not try to talk about the ground. I just wanted to, that is the goal from Ashraf Mugume. But like I said, that game, sorry?
See the doctor in the background.
Dr. Sewage, quite very special individual, that one. But he's always appearing in all celebrations. But that game ending 2-1 in favor of Mbara City should be perfect payback for KCCAFC, just like Patrick said, and I also think so. But let us try to look at the numbers ahead of this one and how both these clubs have fared when they have faced each other for the past seasons. Mbara City is also not a very... I mean, those clubs that have been in the league for a very long time as we try to get those numbers. Well, they came to the league in 2017-2018. That should be the season when they came from the big league. There have been those games between KCCAFC and Mbara City where you felt that KCCAFC should have maybe won. There was a season 2018 where KCCAFC lost that title because of a goal that was disallowed. I think was Jackson Dunda's goal that was disallowed against Mbara City. As we try to look at the numbers ahead of this one, KCCAFC and Mbara, the past 12 games played between both of these clubs, KCC has won 4, Mbara has won 2, and both clubs have shared spoils 6 times. And the loss is definitely evident because KCC has lost twice and Mbara 4 times. KCC has scored 10 goals, while Mbara scored 7. And then both clubs have, KCCA with 18 points from 12 games, and then Mbara City with 12 points from 12 games. Most of the games have ended in a stalemate between between these teams when they get to meet each other. Do you see another draw you get to see KCCAFC with a response?
No, I actually don't see a draw between KCCA and Mbara City. The form KCCA is having in the second round, for me, I believe is something that any team would be scary of KCCA Football Club. Looking at Busoga United, it was a win. Then Neck was a win. Then it played Bull was a draw. Neck was a win. A good number of teams have come down there. So KCCA has actually won in the second round. It has only failed to win
against Chitara.
Against Chitara.
Yes, lost against Chitara, yes.
And Bull. Chitara was a loss and Bull was a draw. It has won all the other games. So I think Mbara City coming to KCCA for me should be a win if KCCA should be looking at anything like finishing top 2 or a trophy, which you believe KCCA can win the trophy. You say there is chance. I don't think there is chance for KCCA.
Mathematically, someone will say if they won all their games and they will need to win all their games and a prayer. Yeah, that is also still possible.
We need overnight.
Well, I don't know. But just also to confirm, there are a couple of players that will be missing this game due to suspensions. Peter Magambo will not be featuring this one. He accumulated the 3rd yellow card that was in the previous league game that KCCAFC played. That was against Gaddafi Football Club. Another player that will be missing this game is Joseph Ogwang, that youngster from Chivuli SS who is in his senior 6 vacation, got his 3rd yellow card against Gaddafi Football Club. So he'll also be missing the game against Mbara City Football Club. Mugume Ashraf is a doubt because he's just recovering from injury. Hopeful that if he can be able to pass that late fitness test on Thursday morning, just before the game, then he has got a chance to feature for KCCAFC on the day. The other players are all available. Maybe we could be able to see some of the players that have not been playing in a while featuring this time, because if you have suspensions in a right back there at Ogwang, and then you also don't have Peter Magambo, then we could see, we're not the coaches, but we could see players like Mustafa Mujuzi, maybe Haruna Lukwago, because they also got on as substitutes against Bull Football Club. You also have Bruno in there who can also play right back. You have Atube Rogers, you have Emilson Gonzaga who's also back training, and you also have Mubezi. So at least the technical team has got the numbers in there, so it will be up to them to choose who will be able to fill those positions, especially the players that are suspended. But that game will be on Thursday, 18th of April 2024 at 7 p.m. at the MTN Omondi Stadium. And as we wind this up, Patrick, we want to look at the table just shortly. You talked about how the table looks like. But if yes, that is the table of the Times Uganda Premier League. Chitara still leading on 44, but KCCAFC is in the 6th position with 35.
Actually, all the others, starting from NEC, are 1 point below each other, from the 5th to the 1st, 40, 41, 42, 43, then 44. It's only KCCA that is at 35. And KCCA having played a game less than NEC, KCCA is on 22. So if KCCA can win all its remaining 7 games, that will be 21 plus 35, which is 56 points. And that means Chitara having 49, Chitara
44.
should 44. Chitara should not gather more than 11 points in its remaining games.
I mean, it's possible.
If Chitara gathers 11 points plus in its remaining 6 games, then it will, even if KCCA wins all the remaining games, it will not do anything. But something I like about the table is at least KCCA has scored more than any other team in the league. So for me, I think that is a plus sign for KCCA Football Club. And looking at the wins, with the clubs, Chitara has 13 wins and KCCA has 11 wins. A team that didn't win its first 5 games is quite remarkable.
Well, that's what the table looks like for the Star Times Uganda Premier League, but a reminder that that game will be on Thursday at 7 p.m. and that game will be at the MTN Omondi Stadium, Barra City visiting KCCAFC, and players come down in big numbers. Entrance is 10,000 Uganda shillings for ordinary and 50,000 Uganda shillings for VIP. But reminder, before we leave, KCCAFC this week made 61 years. And remember, the club was started on the 12th of April, and the year was 1963. So this week, the club made 61 years. And we want to give a shout out to everyone, all the faithfuls of the football club that have stood with the club through thick and thin, especially in a very tough season like we've had. Thank you very much for loving the club and traveling with that team everywhere it goes around this country. Most of you were there in Njeru on Saturday. And, well, I should say happy 61 years to KCCFC from the KCCFC TV.
Happy, but wasn't a good way to start with knocking out of the Sandvik Uganda Cup. Sad way to start
the 61 first year, because we had celebrated 61 on Friday and then Saturday is...
Just when we are still celebrating, thunderstruck.
Well, it's a wrap from everybody that has been watching this show, and from us, definitely, that make sure you are able to watch this show every Sunday at 8 p.m. And we'll be back next week on Sunday. Just a reminder, Thursday, let's get down to the MTN Omondi Stadium, support the boys, especially these final 7 games of the league, and let's be behind them. And who knows, mathematically, it's still possible, but yeah, let's get down on Thursday and support the boys against Mbara City. From me and everybody that makes sure this show runs Sunday, 8 p.m. every week, have a fantastic new week and good night.